The Coach Curl podcast is brought to you by Think and Grow Business, the home of the Think and Grow Business Mastermind. If you're serious about growing your business, get serious and join a mastermind group today. Find out more at thinkandgrowbusiness.com.au.
Hey there, it's Coach Curl here, and welcome to the podcast. Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what the hell will ever motivate me? Today is that day.
Way to go, guys. Way to go. Keep it going. Good job, guys. All right, Paul. I see you. All right, Travis. Finish on. Coach Curl.
Hey there, it's Coach Curl here, and welcome to episode 132 of the Coach Curl podcast. Today I want you to stop. I want you to stop and ask yourself, what the hell will ever motivate me? Have you ever stopped? Have you ever asked yourself that question? What motivates me? Now, we live in a world where a lot of people believe or under the impression that they are motivated, that they're already motivated, that they're already working on a business of their own, they're working to succeed in a career, and that they've got a level of motivation that is providing a level of success. So a lot of people are under that impression that they're already motivated. And this is why many people still struggle, because we believe that we've got motivation in certain aspects, but maybe we don't have the motivation in the right aspects. Because yes, we may be motivated to get to the game on the weekend, we may be motivated to watch the latest or the greatest movies that are coming out, or catch Madonna in concert. We know that we are motivated to pull out our smartphone and check in. We're motivated to scroll through that feed. We're motivated to buy online. There are many things in which we feel that we are motivated. But let's not confuse motivation with excitement. Because being excited for something is far removed from being motivated to create some success and significance in your life. We can all be excited about something, but to be motivated, it means that we've got that power, that inspiration within us that's driving us forward. And in many ways, this represents our lives and the state of play today. Gratification, instant where possible, is the thing that we aspire for. Most people will aspire to that concept of gratification. The sooner, the quicker, the better. And the only delay that we tend to accept is when we're waiting for our online goods to come in. We've placed that order on Amazon last night, same day delivery, hopefully, if not, a couple of days. And so we're prepared to wear that delay because we're anticipating that reward of getting that thing that we've bought. That's not motivation. So we've got this evolving world where we've created these contradictory emotions and feelings. We're looking for instant gratification. We're doing that by ordering online. We're then tapping into anticipation while we're waiting for that goods to arrive. And that's what we call motivation. That's what we call excitement. That's what we call... that's how many people are saying that they're motivated. I'm motivated to receive my new pairs of running shoes that should be here by Wednesday next week. So gratification, instant where possible, is one of the biggest things that we have in this world today, where people are looking for this instant gratification. And in the end, we order a pizza now, right? And we'll order it online. We'll go through Uber Eats, or we'll go through a plethora of those delivery apps. And if that pizza's not here in a set amount of time, we tend to feel that we're entitled to a full refund. So, once upon a time, I know when Pizza Hut here in Australia and Domino's and I think Silvio's Pizza, who remembers Silvio's Pizzas? started delivering, and it used to be 30 minutes or it's free. So along the way, we've created almost this entitlement that, we're ordering these goods and we want them in a set amount of time. And even though you're delivering those goods, if you're over by a minute, hey, we want it for free and we're entitled to that. And we believe that we're entitled to that. And in many ways, that's where we are culturally. And that stinks. That's where a lot of people are. And continually this time frame shrinks. Now, the only time that we tend to acknowledge a reasonable time delay is in the shipping of our online goods. But even then, we're expecting that to shrink. And the companies are responding. We've got same-day shipping on Amazon. We've got the same, I believe, on Target, especially in the US, and Walmart in the US. So we've got this same-day shipping. Or if you want, click and collect. Okay. So we've still got this cultural thing that we want things quick and we want things now. But our conundrum for us personally is that success at any level is built slowly. You don't get success. You can't order success online. Although there are a number of gurus that tell you you can. You cannot order success online and get it delivered while you wait. You have to plan. You have to build it, and you have to achieve it through action. But we want instant strategy. We want instant success. And that's why, in another example, a lot of people simply don't read anymore. We don't read. We don't research. We listen to abbreviated versions on audiobooks. We read the summaries maybe. Or, like the vast majority of people out there in the world, check Facebook. We're not reading, we're scrolling. We're looking for some key words. We're looking for something that's visual. We're looking for some context on how we're living our lives. But we're not reading. So, the same sort of concept applies to apps and websites. I mean, you look 10, 15 years ago at a website, and there's a lot of detail in it. There's a lot of words. Nowadays, it's really visual. It's icons. It's animation. It's, and that's where we've gone as human beings. That's where we are with humanity. Has to be visual. Has to be exciting. Has to be something that grabs our attention. And don't make me work by reading it, please. So, I know all the web designers out there that are listening to this understand what I'm saying there. It's got to be visual. And the less words, the better, because the more you make someone work, the more likely they're going to click off your website and have a look at somebody else's. And that's our frame of mind. We've become fragmented. Our time horizon has shrunk. And by definition, we've become very impatient, much more impatient than what we were. And we're impatient with the things that we engage with. We are impatient with ourselves. We are impatient with reality. And that's why too many of us are just frustrated with what life is bringing. In fact, when you look at things like addiction rates, suicide rates even, especially in the Western economies, they're on the upswing. But how can this be? We're living in possibly the greatest time of potential ever experienced, yet depression and mental health rates are higher than ever before. We've also reached levels of unprecedented wealth in so many cases, yet we read quite often where millionaires with accumulated wealth have killed themselves. Why? Why is this? Why is this? In a world filled with potential, and even in worlds where you're filled with the results of that potential, it's still not enough. It still isn't enough. So a lot of this potentially has to do with that we've actually lost touch on a number of things as individuals, as communities, as society in general. And one of those things that we've lost touch with is the sense of purpose that we should have in our lives. We live day to day based on whatever's in front of us, whether it's trivial or whether it's detailed or whatever's thrown at us. We live day to day. So we're living life often without a compass, without direction, without any significant sort of purpose that we've attributed to it. And often I'll talk about the concept of legacy. You know, what is it that you want to be remembered for when you depart this mortal coil, as they say? But if you were to be hovering above yourself as you're resting in that, as you're in that final rest in a funeral home, or you're about to be lowered into, your coffin is about to be lowered into the ground, do you reckon, if you're an observer being able to watch that you would have been too fussed about working harder or making sure that the paper clips were all lined up or that the processes were followed completely? Do you think it would have been a top priority for you to have missed your son's birthday because your work was more important? Probably not. Probably not. You're sort of going to be sitting there thinking, wow, and really trying to understand the true importance of life in those final stages. In those final stages, what was truly important in my life? And I'm pretty certain it's not going to be, geez, I wish I'd worked that overtime back in August 30. You would think about those important things. You'd think about the big things. You'd think about your purpose. Why were you put on this earth? Why are you here? And what have you left behind? You would think about all of those things that you've dreamed of, that you had dreamed of. You would think of all the reasons why you talked yourself out of those, or you allowed others to talk yourself out of. You would think about all those challenges that excited you initially, but fell by the wayside because you didn't have the motivation to sustain it. You would have thought about those challenges. We all have them. We all get excited about something. And this is why the difference between excited, inspired, and motivated. We all get excited about something. We may even have initial sparks of inspiration that get us started. But it's that long-lasting, sustainable motivation that keeps driving us forward. Funnily enough, it's the same anticipatory response within our dopamine, from dopamine that we get while we're waiting for that online parcel to show up, that online shopping parcel to show up. It's the same response that drives us to success when we're working towards something. Interesting. One is a something that we're just sitting back and waiting for. And we're excited. And we've got this anticipatory response. And often when we open the parcel, it's a bit of a, oh, okay, it's here now. You know, we get a bit of a letdown. And as we're working towards a goal, we're getting that same response as we're getting closer. It's the anticipatory response. We're getting excited in anticipation. But if you want to trigger this concept of unstoppable and consistent motivation, some people will often talk about getting into a state of flow. We need to learn how to get motivated. And we've talked about this in some of the previous podcasts. We have to learn how to get motivated. For many of us, we simply have the motivation to get through the day. And I know there are some days that are harder than others. But simply surviving each day, seriously, doesn't bring you anywhere near your potential. It doesn't give you anything like your greatest self. So unless you stop and take stock of what you choose to motivate you on a day-to-day basis, chances are you're going to continue to run on that excitement, inspiration, intuition, gut feel treadmill. And all of these may sound good. In fact, I know a number of people who swear by them. But the important thing is that none of those things last. But if you truly stop and look at them and trace and trace within, look really deep inside, where do you get your power from? Where do you get that feeling of certainty in times of anguish and angst? You know, where do you draw strength from on what it is that you need to deliver? You need to drive into that power, that resolve, that drive. It has to come from within, and it has to come with us having some sense of purpose, some sense of why am I here? And then working towards those really important things that we all have in our life. Now stop. Consider where it is that you want to go. Develop a greater understanding of you as a person and what your potential holds. Stop listening to the bullshit that you tell yourself. Stop listening to the excuses that you give yourself. A greater understanding of you as a person, what your potential holds. Tap into that. Tap into that and you'll find your greatest purpose and you'll get going. And from there, you may even achieve that state of flow that we talk about that is absolutely critical for you to succeed and be motivated in that success. As always, thank you to my team at Think and Grow Business. We're improving the performance of people in business. Check them out at thinkandgrowbusiness.com. Always available for people right around the world, and for coaching, workshops, you name it, we do it. So improving the performance of people in business, that's what we do at Think and Grow Business. Don't forget, we've got the book Seriously Simple Stuff to Get You Unstuck out there on Amazon, where all good books are sold. Don't forget, also available at my authors page at tonycurl.com.au, where you can purchase, where I sign every copy. So you can get a signed copy from that delivered anywhere in the world. Don't forget, we also have Coach Curl Academy now open with over 71 programs to help you strengthen mindset, your leadership, and grow your business. It's all there at the Coach Curl Academy. And growing, it will continue to grow. And I can't wait for the day that we actually hit 100 courses. So that's all available at the CoachCurlAcademy.com. A big shout out to one of our other sponsors, Totally Builderall. It's a fully integrated marketing system where you can do lead pages, sales funnels, you name it, mailing list, CRM. It is all there. All available at totallybuilderall.com. Don't forget, we are always proud supporters of Carter's Cause, raising funds and awareness for kids and the families of kids born with congenital heart disease right here in Australia. As per always, you are standing, and where you are stronger, braver, and wiser because you have overcome everything that has been thrown at you. Everything that this life has thrown, you've been able to take it, and you're still standing. You're stronger, you're braver, and you're wiser. And please don't ever forget the golden rule. Yes, you know what it is. Just don't be an arsehole. I'll see you next time.